Oi oi, what's on guys? Cuz Crypto here with another video. Looking today, we're starting to bounce back a little bit with prices. Currently in the cryptocurrency space, the market cap is at 3.36 trillion, so looking reasonably strong, and fear and greed is bang on neutral at 50. So no fear, no bullishness, kind of just sitting in the middle. People don't know where things are going. Altcoin season currently at 26 out of 100, so as you can see here, still in a Bitcoin season, nowhere near an altcoin season. If you are putting in money, like say DCAing, you're not doing bad. Obviously since going back from December, obviously prices have come down a little bit, which we'll look at charts in a minute, but if you're dollar cost or pound cost averaging coming into certain projects which you believe in and have high kind of strength and utility, you might be doing all right in the long run. So obviously altcoin season's not here. When altcoin season does flip, again guys, if we can look for those lower prices at times, like I'm doing, not with financial advice guys, again I'm just a guy that loves cryptocurrency and a guy that loves to chat. So looking at the current market, so Bitcoin at $108,875 dollars per coin, and a $2.16 trillion market cap. So Bitcoin looking still reasonably strong. I mean, on the daily guys, as you can see here on the 24 hours, up 0.1%, 0.5% for Ethereum, and it's trading at 2,575. So Ethereum looking decent as well, looking all right. XRP up to $2.29 and up nearly 0.5%. But on the weekly, XRP is one of those. Ethereum up 5% for Ethereum, just under 4.5% for XRP. But as you can see on the daily guys, everything reasonably flat. I mean, Hyperliquid's seen a bit of sell-off again, but on the weekly we did see most cryptocurrency projects bounce back a little bit. As you can see, most are in green, but on the daily guys, there's not even, it's a percent either way. It's not a significant amount of pump or dump. It's literally the prices are very, very kind of similar and staying reasonably flat. So looking at the charts here, let's go down a bit. So yeah, still reasonably flat for everything here. Fine. So going into the charts. So Bitcoin, yeah, we've seen a bit of price spike in the kind of last kind of since we closed on the daily. So where did we close to? So on the daily we closed at, where is it, about here. So we closed at 108,200. Let's go to the day candles just to make it a little bit more clear. Yeah, so where did we close to? So yeah, 108,200. So guys, again, so where are we to? This was the Monday, so Sunday, look at this. Highest weekly close ever, 109,000 over that. So fantastic to see. Again, I'll go to the weekly as well just to show you guys Bitcoin's highest ever weekly close. So obviously this is the month, we're Tuesday now, so this is this week, but this is the close last week right here at 109. The closest we got was 109,000 around the 19th of May, but now we're at 109,200 on the weekly, not the daily. So, but guys, the daily close we're still above 108,000, which is great to see. So Bitcoin showing great strength, and kind of, so we're using this 106,000. This is what we really don't want to drop below, just because it is significant support / resistance. So again guys, resistance bouncing off, price isn't able to come through. Oh, we break the resistance, and then we went up to the 110,000. This is going back a month ago. But again, that 110,000 seems to be a wick or a daily candle closes up to up to here. So that 110,000 is starting as now to be a psychological kind of level of resistance. And once we break through that, I feel we will be going to all-time highs, because again, from the 110,000 up to all-time highs, you're looking at 1.5%. But if you've got that injection of liquidity coming into Bitcoin, and those sort of moves start to happen above that 110 and you break it, most likely we're going to pop past that 111,800. So we might see some new all-time highs. But again, when that happens, we don't know. But as long as we range between 106 to 110,000, keeping in here, again, very sideways movement, but again, good levels of strength, meaning we're maintaining these levels. Eventually then we want to break through that ceiling of 110,000. All right, Ethereum as well. Ethereum, so look at guys, I mean, look at this. Going back to May 10th or even 9th, May 10th, let's say. Guys, May 10th, it's now July 8th. 2 months of basically solid consolidation between 2,400 and 2,700. We did have a candle close up to 2,800, but again, we had a quick sell-off. And then the obviously news that hit the world around war, etc., with Iran and Israel, that caused prices to drop significantly in all coins. But that's the only point where Ethereum's dropped below that 2,400 level. So at the minute, we're ranging between 2,500 to 2,700. And again, guys, we've been doing that for 2 months. So again, not financial advice. I can't predict what's going to happen, but again, with everything and sentiment around crypto at the minute, ETFs are being put in here, there, and everywhere. Inflows for BlackRock's ETFs for Ethereum and Bitcoin are very high at the minute. If I've seen correctly today, it was around $61 million worth of Ethereum and $120 million worth of Bitcoin just today. Was it yesterday, in ETF flows, just in one day. So people are getting bullish around crypto. So if people are getting bullish, I can't see Ethereum or Bitcoin or anything coming, but again, dropping back down to levels of below $2,000. I personally can't see. Again, you never know in crypto, but I feel we will be holding these levels, and eventually there will be a breakout, and Ethereum will then, I reckon, it will gun for about $3,000 as a level of psychological resistance. But we need to get through that 2,800 and close above it. If we close above it, guys, we're looking very good, especially on the week, and then we can start then going to 3.3 to 3.4 for Ethereum. But looking very strong at the minute. And if we look on the RSI as well, guys, bang on neutral, and we're holding within these ranges. So prior, when we came up to these ranges, oversold. Then we held the level quite well, and gradually, because we've accumulated for so long, these levels becoming, this 2,500 has become quite neutral, which is great to see. But again, no crossover on the RSI, so nothing yet. So what we want really to see a bit of bullish sentiment would be for the purple to cross the yellow, so the yellow to cross the purple, and then once we see that, we'll see some bullish sentiment. Purple to cross to yellow. And then XRP, looking here, 229, looking very good. From those lows, I mean, again, what is it on the, let's go to the 4 hourly, let's go from here quickly just to show you, from those lows to that high, guys, XRP went up a whole 23% in a matter of 2.5 weeks, nearly 3 weeks. 2 weeks, because we're going to go from that low, so about 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks it managed to go up 23%, and that's, remember guys, XRP is 130 billion, maybe $135 billion market cap at the minute. So for something to move that drastically of that amount of money is not bad going. But at the minute, XRP currently holding above 220 really well, and that $2.33 is our resistance. We are not breaking through it, we're not getting through it at the minute. But guys, as you can see, even on the daily, the EMA, so this is the 50-day moving average, and this is a 200-day, this blue line between this green cloud here, quite close together, meaning XRP is accumulating. It is accumulating strong at the minute. I hold a lot of XRP, like I've said multiple times, and what I'm doing is I'm just holding my bags and adding where I can with all my capital. I didn't buy much XRP this time around because I didn't have much capital to put in. I'll put in about £350 this month because you get paid. And again, I've seen prices where they are, and I was like, do you know what, I want to put in, because I'd rather put in, I've put in my amount that I feel I'm comfortable to, let go down, drop. It can drop 10%, I'm happy, that's fine. But I wanted to make sure that I did get good prices, and I reckon at the minute where bullish sentiment is in the markets around cryptocurrency and all this, I can't see prices dropping down to these levels again, unless some significant black swan event or some news comes out, or it could be anything. You never know in the world, I guess, especially with Trump in power. you know, with the tariffs, etc., you know, recently, yesterday, certain, especially like around Southeast Asia and parts of Africa, them getting between 25 to 36% tariffs. And obviously the EU gets 10% tariffs, which is great to see. Very bullish that in that sense, but others, obviously. But again, with the tariff news, it can just send shockwaves through most markets, especially cryptocurrency, because it is very volatile. But again, I understand that. And guys, yeah, looking at the minute, I mean, look at this. Look, where is it? Volume. Look at that amount of volume. Boom, for XRP. In a matter of, I think it's about an hour or so, wasn't it? Hour and a half, 2 hours. Let's go to the hourly so we can really check that volume. So that volume, boom, yeah, so that volume spike, and then coming right back down, that's not retail. That's a whale buying and selling quite quickly just to make a bit of cash, it seems. Because retail, us average people who don't have nowhere near the amount of money these whales have. And by whales, guys, remember, I mean, it could be a large corporation, it could be a large sum of money, whoever someone holds, or an institution, whoever it might be, they hold billions and billions worth of dollars, pounds, whatever. Us retail, we don't hold that amount of money at all. But XRP looking very strong. I mean, even coming down from the $2.25 again here, you're up 2.5% currently. So we're touching at $2.30 now, if we're going to touch it now, which would be great to see. XRP moving a little bit, cryptocurrency space moving up a little bit. Solana, so as well moving up. So even Solana, I mean, let's go, not too much. Let's zoom out like this a little bit. So from the scary lows of the news around, again, RSI currently coming into overbought territory, but it's not there yet. But coming from those lows around the news, guys, if you bought Solana, and let's say you got to the highs, it's 26.5%. Currently, if you bought those lows, you'd be up 20%. So you put £100 in, again, retail being realistic, because £100 even for us is quite a bit, because again, currently in the UK, it is expensive to live. Rent is ridiculous, food is ridiculous, all these things. I don't get too much into it, but again, if you've got money to spare, again, not financial advice, but what I'm doing is, again, this is an example here, but if there's any dips like that, and if I had capital, I'd be putting in. Absolutely, that's what I will be doing. For example, £100 into Solana there, you'd be up £20. If you manage to put £1,000 in, which I don't know who could do that. Now I know I'm not doing £1,000 a time. I've definitely haven't got that amount of capital to put in. But you know, you'd have £200. You'd be up £200 on top of that 1,000. So you're not doing bad there. But Solana currently going between the 145 to 160 level. Let's pop this down here to 160. So yeah, we're using that as levels of support and resistance. So maybe the 164. Yeah, we'll keep it there. 163, 164, maybe the 165. Fine. But again, we're ranging between here, and guys, we've again, except for the news, we've been ranging here for a month and a half or a month and a bit. So Solana currently holding really well, and again, we're seeing a little bit of spike in prices, not significant, but a little bit of a pump with altcoins and Bitcoin. Cardano as well, currently at 50, no, just shy of 60 cents. But guys, I mean, Cardano, if you bought down at those lows, and then, you know, manage, you know, let's say just from here to here, just measure it, guys. Cardano 20% up, not bad. But again, we've seen a significant sell-off from the 70 to 75 cent range over the last kind of month. So Cardano for me at the minute is a good price to come in and buy. But Hedera as well, looking very strong. And again, guys, I think Hedera, if I've shown you a couple of times, didn't I? If we bought those lows from here, we get all the way up to here. I mean, look, 30% just shy off. 30%, so if you put in £1,000, you'd be up £300. Put in £100, you'd be up £30. That's not bad. Not many investments would be doing that. But currently up, right now, 26.5% from that low. So we're seeing a good bounce back with most altcoins. So again, guys, what I mean by altcoins is your other coins bar Bitcoin. So Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Hedera, Sui, which we're going to get into right now. So Sui as well. I mean, at the minute, I feel Sui is at a very good price. I've added a little bit of SUI in. Why not? You know. So what's the saying? It's all shits and gigs until someone giggles and shits. But currently in the crypto space, I mean, looking here, if we bought those, let's say just go in, let's get that right like that wick up to that high here. So guys, 33.5% near enough. Let's say 33.5%, not bad, but 25% from those lows. If you bought those lows, again, it is scary. Like, you're seeing the prices go down. I wish again I had capital, because I've seen again this level of support here of $2.37, 35, wick down to $2.30, come straight back up. Again, to put in at those times, guys, it is scary, but again, that's where you can make your money. So currently, level of support here, 280 around. All right, so bouncing off 280 nicely. What if we put this out? Let's go to 280. There we go. So 280. So we're bouncing off that quite nicely. But the next level of kind of resistance is I'd say around $3 is a psychological level of resistance, and then 330 to then 360. So SUI looking reasonably strong at the minute. Not really much news around SUI at the minute, but yeah. Looking very strong, looking at a very good price as well. But guys, again, whether we come back down to these levels here, again, unless something really big comes out, then that might happen. But at the minute, I can't really see that happening. All right, and then let's get into the news as well. So, guys, as I said, US offers EU 10% tariffs trade deal, which again is very bullish. And from here, like I said, so you got Bangladesh, Cambodia, Indonesia, Thailand, Bosnia, Tunisia. So 25% to 36% for these countries here. Again, that's 15 hours ago, but did shake the markets a little bit. I mean, when that was kind of announced, where are we to? Let's go back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin did dip down. What did it dip down to? Can I pet that dog? Okay. So we kind of dipped. Where are we to? June the 8th. So we dipped down a little bit. So around 107. It's not. If we wick down, we came down to near enough 106 at times, but we dipped down a little bit. But again, with just a bit of news in around the markets, around tariffs and stuff like that, prices do dip a little bit. And then, guys, looking at it as well, so as we see, Aptos is a real world asset. TVL surged 55% to $537.5 million. So ranking third after Ethereum and I can't even pronounce that, but ZK Sync era. So yeah. And what other news did we just have as well? So guys, where is it? Right here. So US inflation index has dropped to 1.75%. So inflation is down. So everyone's now saying, like we're saying, breaking here, you know, all this. The Fed should cut rates in July. Again, relating this, so this is the US economy. We're here in the UK. So as you can see here, the inflation rates at US are 1.75%. What does this mean? Basically, if inflation rates are lower and then rates are cut, meaning when inflation's low, rates can be cut, meaning borrowing will be cheaper. In turn, when borrowing is cheaper, it makes buying cars, houses, any sort of, I say goods, but you know, like your materialistic stuff, like, you know, if you want to buy handbags, clothes, whatever anyone wants to go for a loan, they're cheaper to get. But then obviously people are buying into the, you know, markets of, you know, and into the system, the financial system, that they're pumping money into it, which then in turn will then raise inflation in the long term, and it kind of goes through that process. So when this comes down, rates come down, meaning it gets cheaper to borrow money. People spend more money, which then raises inflation because of demand. And then once that's up, okay, rates aren't cut. Rates are then put up a bit more again. Inflation drops gradually, and then the cycle kind of repeats. But relating this to the UK, the current bank rate is 4.25%, and the current inflation rate is 3.4%. So we are similar to the US, around 4.25% rates. But our inflation rates are twice as high, literally, near enough. 0.1% in that, but yeah, it's twice as high as America's at the minute. Target is 2%, and I can tell you for a fact it is expensive here. And scrolling down to here, guys, I mean, this is going back to 2002. So bank rates again. So this is like what would be the rate cuts in the US. These are the rates in the UK. So as you can see, and then obviously the crisis happened. Bank rates came all the way down to 0.5, 0.25, and then COVID happened, 0.1, and then all of a sudden, guys, 5.25. So if anyone bought a house around here, hard work. I feel for you, because it's going from this to this in a matter of what, October 2023. So just shy of 2 years. That's a significant increase. So spending would be more. Again, we're gradually coming down a little bit, but we're not seeing much of a turn, guys. And then let's look at liquidity. So at the minute, on leverages, Bitcoin on the daily. Let's refresh this just in case, because I want the most accurate up to date. Let's go down here then. So looking at it, currently longs, so people anticipating Bitcoin to go up in price, is $2.2 billion dollars worth of longs. So again, if we come back down to 107,000, let's say, just shy of, you're going to liquidate half of them on the daily, that is. And shorts, very similar, just a little bit less, 2.1 billion. And if we even come up to 110,000, we will liquidate half of them, over half of them, to be fair. And let's go to the 30-day. So looking here on the 30-day, you got 12.8, near enough, people going long, and people going short, 8.5 billion. So people are more bullish, meaning they think the price is going to go up over the last 30 days. So for, let's say, that 12.8, let's say, even it comes down to 105,000, let's say, it can happen. Price will come, so you're liquidating near and over a third of these trades, and stop losses will be hit. So, but again, even if we come down to 106,700, so even like 15% of them will be liquidated. Sorry, 20%, because that's a fifth. So yeah, so a fifth of them would be liquidated, which again is insane to think, isn't it? Just at 106,700. So again, and let's look at Ethereum as well, guys, just to see what's going on the. So Ethereum, we've got 5.1 billion, 5.7. So again, kind of evens both sides. Ethereum, again, we've been wicking down to that 2,475 at times, 1.2. So you're looking at probably about a quarter of them get liquidated if we go back down to like 2,450 range for Ethereum. And if Ethereum's price pumps up to that 2.7, I mean, you're liquidating over half of the shorts. So again, at the minute on Bitcoin, it seems people are a bit more bullish, because again, we're hovering around the 108,000, which is great to see. But we're not at the minute fearing. The market sentiment is fear and greed is 50 in the market. So people aren't bearish, aren't bullish. They don't know what to do. But this is a time where we can make money. Is buying in at this kind of, not saying scary times, because when the news came out and the prices dropped around the wall, like I shown, it's scary. But if you put in, then you would be up a lot. And again, it's all about what I'm doing. Is I'm cost averaging into my projects. So I'm putting in as prices drop a little bit. I'll put in a little bit, and then as prices go up, okay, that's fine. I'm not selling, I'm just going to keep, and then once we get a little bit more of a dip again, I'll just watch it, see if we hit levels of support or whatever we do, or bounce off resistance, and then I'll just add a bit more. So that's all I'm doing, guys. And guys, at the minute, the Coinbase app is at, what we're up to here, 245 in all apps and 17 on the financial app. So coming up a little bit, but again, nothing too significant. And where are we to? Trend wise, guys, we are, let's refresh that just to make sure. So trends, again, I mean, I can even account, we are nowhere near all-time highs. So guys, at the minute, 6th of 12th July, so that's this week, 15, 10, 10. So Bitcoin, so XRP and crypto has come up a little bit. Bitcoin's pretty much the same. Guys, no one's interested. These are the times where you can make money. That's all I'm going to say. I want to be able to reduce the amount of debt I have, plus also just have a little bit of extra for me and my partner to do things, and just, you know, I'm not here to make millions, because I'm realistic. I'm not going to be putting into your degen coins where, again, I've got a little holding in meme coins. Eventually what I'll do is I'll put all my coins I hold onto either CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, and just I'll have how much I have of them, so how much I'll have in price. I'm happy to share that because I'd rather be transparent with everyone. Just got to sort that out. It's hard when you've got a full-time job. You've got to try and keep yourself healthy. I did a run today, absolutely blowing, and it's like 20, I was about 19 degrees when I went. It's now about 21, so lucky I didn't go now. And I'm about to go off work now as well. So it's about trying to do this around it. I've got a lot on, and again, guys, you know, life is so fast-paced at the minute. So again, look after yourselves, try and stay fit, get out and about, keep active, look after your cryptocurrency, look after each other, and have a lovely week. All right, guys, have a good one.